where we gather together with other Ascended Visionaries and Luminaries and channel together through writing um, whatever source energy wants us to experience right at this very moment. It is June 15th, 2022. But whatever time you are listening to this, it's perfect because we exist across all time and space. So we are under the energy of the strawberry super full moon in Sagittarius, which is calling for all of us to let go of anything that does not serve our highest and most blissful version of reality. We're at a very big transition time for planet Earth and Mother Gaia and everyone who has incarnated here as a human on planet Earth at this time. So I know me personally, I'm feeling a bit tender right now, body wise. I feel like as far as like ascending, I feel like I've like shot up like super high. So my body is like, whoa, what are you doing? So I'm just being especially kind with myself right now and gentle. There's been some for me like shifts in relationships, because shifts of boundaries, because I'm stepping more into my power. I'm taking more responsibility for my reality. I'm stepping out of victim mindset into Shiro, hero Shiro mindset. And so that means things change. And as a human, we experience this phenomenon. I'm going to call it a phenomenon, but of attachment. We get attached to the way that we think things are going to look, or the way that we think something's going to make us feel. Because attachments are like something like I see sometimes as like things as attachments, but and that is a bit because there's energy associated, but our biggest attachments are our beliefs. And so our beliefs about the way things could or should be, and how we think it's going to make us feel. Like ultimately we're all on this path of reaching like soul satisfaction, like soul satisfaction, so that we're the captain of our own Merkaba ship, like independent and glowing and soaring and shining. And so anyway, all this is to say that wherever you are on the journey is absolutely magical. And it's all fun in a very like in a sort of way that like I like to view life as this. It's like a pick your adventure video game, and it's challenging sometimes, like, but we wouldn't want it to be really easy, like it. But I also do believe that, like, even though sometimes it's not easy, it's always simple. And so for me, I'm really focusing on showing up. just showing up, because I have felt tender and just like kind of the desire to sometimes want to just cuddle in bed. Especially we had an M class solar flare that's like hitting the earth right now. So there's like I was learning more about this. I've been like kind of obsessed with solar flares like for the past like few months after it started, because I met someone, I was like talking and I was like, I wish that like everyone's phones would just disappear, is like what I said or something. And they're like, oh, well, that's definitely going to happen when these like solar flares happen. Like that, like something like that's going to happen, that like everyone's phone just isn't going to work, or that their phones are going to disappear. There was and I need to share this with you, Daisy. I know we're in the Soul-Ascension writing class, but I suppose I'm writing now, like with my words in this reality. Um, Hi, Lillian. Hi, Grace. And anyway, so that like the phones would cease to exist through a solar flare. But I'm like, well, that's just an interesting thing to like see, like would that happen? And then I started like kind of doing some research on it and realizing that like many people are kind of like saying this in different ways, and then it's happening, that these solar flares are happening. And the one thing that I've learned about what happens in the stars is that there's so many independent reporters, like because in this day and age, like when we're reading like news and receiving news, we have to like be questioning like where is it coming from, what is the person's like intention because like is it their intention to make us scared so that we like spend more money or do this or like stay disempowered, or is it someone's intention to like empower us? And so anyway, so the interesting thing about the stars is there's so many independent reporters, so it's not like someone could be like, there's solar flares happening. Like, no, there's not. Like, there's so many people looking at the sun and seeing this. So anyway, these solar flares are causing a really big influx of energy, which can be exemplified by me just like, I like caught this solar flare wave. Like I literally before this call, I was like, I'm not going to want to speak at all. Like I was really feeling like, I'm just going to ask the questions we're going to write. And here I go. I hopped onto this, solar tsunami that's happening. So thank you for receiving that welcome monologue to the Soul-Ascension writing circle. I'm excited, really excited now, because I wasn't expecting all of that information to like pour out of me. So now I'm excited to see what questions come. But I'd like to open the floor if anyone wants to if anyone wants to help me open the circle. I opened the circle with my words. If anyone wants to share an update or speak what they feel called, I think Daisy, I'll pass it over to you.
Yeah, that's so exciting when you talk about that, because I've been following different posts in regard to this topic. I think people reported since 10 years ago how it started, and it's actually dramatically shifting the quality and property of the crystals. And in that level, so there are certain crystals not to be, used to be not that as powerful, but become more pronounced in healing in different kind of ways of how we can benefit from them, or how they're interacting with us, how their wisdom they're channeling with us. In that aspect, on another level, solar flare certainly trigger us and activate our DNA at levels, a multiple level. That's one field that modern science cannot catch up with. Actually, that's one specialty that Dr. Yusuf Jasmine, that's one of his specialty. He actually does extensive research on this topic, and a lot of the medicine does not cover how our DNA activation because of those solar activity, how our blood system got changed. And that's why there are certain prescription may not be fit for us, because our blood change, our body may not be able to integrate with the old science. And that's why it's calling for our body to awaken, to truly knows what our soul, what our body are truly adapting and for. And yeah, like, so it's calling for more organic way of living and feeling, and holistic way of thinking and feeling the world, the reality also. Yes, thank you so much for opening the topic.
Thank you, Daisy. I love when I say something that I've like never really said to anyone before. I'm like, I don't know how it's gonna be taken, and then Daisy always just has something amazing to add. So thank you. And yeah, the message that I got when you were talking and you were like, the solar flares are changing the properties of the crystals. I'm like, we're the crystals too, though, you know, so they're changing the property of us, like, um, you know, and then you went into that later talking about the changing of the DNA, and that's a big clue with the fact that, like, and I've been aware that that our bodies are reacting differently to things. So that's interesting. Beautiful. Well, yay. I am so, Lillian, how are you?
Yeah, I can share. Whenever there is a solar flare, I have migraine or headache, and I know that something is coming. I wasn't aware until I went to NASA.com and I read the forum, and a lot of people have similar things. And I went to the Science Fact to do research, and they said the same thing. But the things that I cannot find why. So if you guys know why, I will be interested. Huh? Yeah. My resources straight away. I don't really know how to see solar flare, but I could feel it in my head. And then the person that I reach out is Maggie. I said, Maggie, is this solar flare today? And then she will just debrief me all the like weather reporter. I said, oh, no wonder my head is spinning and it's like cracking inside my head. So yeah, so that is my solar flare story.
Lillian, that's part of the ascension symptom. I've been experiencing that
Okay.
intensively for the past few years. Sometimes like the whole month, I will be having migraine from the head all the way down the whole side of the body. And it's alternating the whole month, this side of the body, and next month, this side of the body. So like I started like realize that to use crystal as my ally when I'm going through those intensive ascension symptoms. I actually will have a crystal laying on the side of my head. Oh, you saw that giant piece of malachite. That's the one that I use. Helped me a lot to integrate and to adapt to the ascension symptoms.
No wonder, because my migraine, I have to vomit. So I've been vomiting every single solar flare. Mine is a vomiting style. Otherwise, I have to take the pill to the Panadol for migraine, but I don't want to do it because if I don't want to do it, it just lasts me more than 24 hours. And then if I don't take it, I'll start vomiting. And sometimes I have to dig inside my throat to make it vomit, and then the headache will go away. So yeah. So I will use crystal this time.
Yeah, try that. I have so many teachers talk about how much crystal can help out our body to adapt to the pain, to the various kind of ascension symptoms. If you guys have any symptoms, share with me. I will tell you what's it about, because I experienced them all. Yeah, like numbness and unable to move and pain, unable to taste and smile, cannot hear. It's like I go through them all. Yeah, it's very common. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy that we're talking about this, because I don't know if it was, I've been like, I woke up early. I didn't really sleep that much last night. I woke up early and I've had a migraine this whole day, but then I was like napping too. So I like napped, I woke up, I napped. So I don't remember but now I feel like it was from my dream that it was like, it's very important to be talking about ascension symptoms right now, because people like are in pain physically, and then there's like this like self-blame thing that's initiated, and like they're like blaming themselves for like not feeling well because they think they're overworking and all of this stuff. However, it's really because of these solar flares, like in the energy in the Schumann resonance, which is like the heartbeat of the earth, like, and like, because the answer is that our bodies were like used to handling things like at a certain level, like just like kind of think of it like temperature. Like if you're used to living in like 70-degree weather, and then suddenly you're in like 100-degree weather all the time, your body is going to be like, what the fuck? Like, it's going to hurt and it's going to be very confused. And so that's essentially what's happening. And we're just not aware of that because people aren't talking about it as much. So the memo that I got was like, speak about ascension symptoms. Yeah, more and more. And here it is, it came. And so we're just, crystals help. Like, I don't know, I do everything. Like I take baths, oils help too. Like oils help with my headaches. And yeah, that's what I have to say for now.
Yeah, for me, I'm the same as Lillian. Like, I have to vomit or force myself to vomit, or I have to take Tylenol in order to feel it. Like, it's just, the pain is just so intense. Like, I can't handle it. I can't even take a nap or anything to relieve the stress. Like, I have to rely on these over-the-counter prescriptions. Like, it's unbearable. Then, like, my stomach starts hurting, and then even my butt starts hurting, and just everything just starts hurting. So yeah, that's my symptoms.
Yes, there's something about the skeletal changes because the DNA activation, and when we go through the fundamental level, that's why you feel the tension in different part of your body. I feel that too. And our vagus nerve, actually, when we talk about one of the way how we can help us to adapt to ascension symptom is through power breath work, because the vagus, when we do power breath work, we can work on our vagus nerve, which is on deeper cellular level, we can reach different part of our body, and that can help us adjust. Maybe sometime in the future we can open a power breath workshop. we can help us to adapt to that. And it's very interesting, like even when people tap into the subconscious mind through microdosing or different way, what I experienced that through power breath work, you are able to tap into that field without substance or microdosing. You are able to like leaping through different dimensions easily, because you just fully be more present with different vertex within the Merkaba body. Yeah, that's just my experience.
Yeah, sometimes it gets so intense that I get like dehydration, and like I have to go to the hospital, and they put like, you know, the saline or the IV, and that's how intense my ascensions are, or whatever. Yeah, what we're talking about. Like, it gets to that point, like I can't focus. Like, it's so intense.
Oh, interesting. Grace, talk with me after this, and we should set up a private consultation for you with Dr. Yusuf, and he can probably do a better diagnosis for you too. And I think there will be some alternative way, and holistic healing can help you with that. Yeah. Thank you so much for your sharing. So rich.
And with the breath work, I have to say that I have problem with the breath work. I've been trying nonstop with the breath work. If there is a breath work class or workshop, I always cannot breathe. I always dizzy in a minute, because low iron is not helping. And not only that, the exchange of the oxygen in and out, and because I don't even have enough oxygen in my iron as kind of going up and up, like, you know, the circulation. And with the breath work, I need intense breath, and my dizziness kind of like spinning straight away. But not as I tried once, it was like I was forcing myself, like, you're gonna do this now. It's just breath, you know, just breathing, kind of do it. So I was forcing myself and spinning. It's really spin. So I had to stop and then go back again, but it still spins. So normally I just sit there and just do normal breathing.
Yeah, Lillian, when I started doing mindfulness practice, including breath work, the first thing is I realized I cannot breathe. It's almost like there's some kind of choking sensation. I don't even know where the chokehold is coming from. Maybe it's subconscious of the culture and thinking. There's so much trapped emotion that like beyond our conscious awareness. There's like unconscious pattern, like deeply in our cellular musculature memory that we cannot see beyond it. But once in a while I can feel the blockage, and so it's like breath work, conscious awareness, as well as prayer. Yeah,
I can do yogi breath easily, and I can hold the breath really long because I was a swimmer, so my lung capacity is also very big. So in a way that I can hold the breath, and then I mean not holding the breath, but I can breathe in a very long time, and then I can hold, and then I can breathe a really long time and very slow as well. That's just not breath work, funny enough. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I have trouble breathing too when things like that happen. Or like if I'm integrating, like if I feel like some sort of emotion built up or something. And like yesterday when we're doing that that meditation with the other event, I was feeling like soreness in my eyes, even though I was just cupping it gently, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's so much nuanced changes in our body lately when we tap into our energy field. Yeah, we can tap into that more in our future healing circle. That'll be an interesting topic. Thank you so much, Yi. You opened up a very interesting pot that we can cook up more stew and interesting topic together.
Yeah, thank you. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Well, we're also here to do a little bit of writing today. So yeah, I was just doing like a little breath work when I was like on mute, like on my own, and like it always then like makes me burp because it's like a big release of energy, but I really feel it releasing energy in my stomach, and it's the best way. I also laughed because my glass fell out of my left oh my gosh, and then these just my glasses are falling apart. I think I'm not supposed to wear these glasses anymore. I got the memo that I was like I was like too much yellow, and that's so funny. They just like dissolved. Anyway.
Yeah, whenever I go through quantum jump, that's a sign you're doing time travel. Like when I go through time travel, I will have stuff melting around me.
Oh yeah, that's happened to me before, and I've definitely been doing time travel. Like it feels like the past week feels like it's been like centuries, like on the Kali Yuga, like zoom, 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 like all this stuff happening. Oh, well, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you to our ancestors and spirit guides. I think everyone was just buzzing to get into the room. Here we are in the room. And yeah, I want to give respect to the knowledge that I'm residing on traditional indigenous lands, and I want to give respect to those elders, past, present, and the emergence. And I want to give gratitude for being alive and for all of the guidance that is here with us in this moment. Is there anyone who would like to say anything before we do our first writing topic?
Expressing deep gratitude for all the supports in our life, for all the people, families, friends, our soul tribes that supporting us, always helping us in all kind of ways, both seen and unseen, all the team, both visible and invisible, and sending deep love to the sun, the earth, the ocean, the sky, the bird, the animals, and all the love from all places. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Daisy. Okay, so for writing prompt 1, as inspired by the solar flares, the writing prompt is going to be in what ways do I shine? Like where am I really, like, where am I brightest? Where do I feel brightest? What are the things that bring me the most joy? When do I feel like most at home and most thriving? So in what ways do I shine? Any questions or additions before we begin? Okay, so we're just gonna do 7 minutes, 7 seconds. I'll set an alarm and everyone enjoy. Okay. Begin to come back. Mine perfectly fit on the back and front of one page. I was going to keep going, but I think it'll be continued later. Yeah, that's crazy that these glasses just totally like dissolved around me. And I've been thinking about them. Very interesting. Grace, would you like to share?
Yes. So I just jotted down like things about myself. So I said, shine with food, cooking and cleaning, being on my own independently, stably, emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially, always in gratitude, always with love and happiness, love serving the world and help and support, being a grateful friend and to family and lover, provider for friends and family and myself and beloved, able to function and be coherent and competent, manifestations for myself and others, always praying to our Lord for blessings and showing appreciation and gratitude, loving Daisy, Lillian, EE, Janice, Catherine, Tina, and of course Kyle, never jealous or envious, loves to share, never controlling but loving, always lovingly involved with community and others, loving my cat, being her mother, provider, and guardian, built to love to all, and to all a good night. Thank you.
That's so sweetly, nicely packed little package. Oh, I love you.
Love you all too.
So beautiful.
Yeah, that's amazing. All right, I'll go next. It's very, very different than Grace's, but that's what's good. So, in what ways do I shine? I said, give me a dance floor where I will explore dimensions of motion, spiraling and swirling, opening a vortex, a portal of unconditional acceptance. I call this space home. I do not spend dreaming, I live in the dream, embracing every juicy moment of the music, stirring my soul and making me move. You will find a red-haired human woman igniting onlookers, inspiration for moving beyond existence into bliss. I become one with the solar frequencies when I melt into the sonic sounds, swirling my hips, prancing on the tips of toes. I am levitating like an orb of light in a sci-fi film. She's got the whole universe in her orbit, or she is the whole universe. It's all possible when smiles erupt as the beats, and that's where I ended. I guess I didn't really finish it, but dEEpen, as the beat rises. That's the word.
That's so beautiful. I love that how you're weaving in all your element and the solar flare. So beautiful. Let me share my screen. I swear, I thrive in an environment that I can slow down and be myself, listening to the inner rhythmic dance, the rises and falls of my inner seasonal changes, the inner currents of emotions. Every droplet of precious experience is valued, cherished. Taking my own sweet time to learn and listen to all kinds of wisdoms that Earth is teaching me, the nuance, the beauty, the singing creeks, frolicking birds, the pouring ease of an orange cat, the luscious sunbasking of a pink pig, the breathtaking, honkingly beautiful prismatic dance of our spinning Milky Galaxy, the deep echoing sound within the Green Valley. How much my soul is ready to imbibe and inhale in all the vastness, beauty, and gracious, grandiose emanation of our divine matrix on Earth. Will the environment allow me the grace and ease to process all those amazing embodiment, exhilaration, celebratory dance with all those in me, to celebrate oneness, dance, sing, purely merging into oneness with such vibratory, undulating beauty, constantly pulsating through me. May the beauty in me unadulteratedly reflecting the beauty in you. May I always be able to see and feel all the collective gifts, healing waves passing down for our collective ancestral lineage. May we all thrive in oneness of love, eternal beauty, infinite possibility, and magic. Thank you. Love you all.
So beautiful. Thank you, Daisy.
Thank you so much.
All right. So for our next writing prompt, I guess look, so that was like our light writing prompt. So now we're gonna do a shadow writing prompt. So this is we're going to make a list of any regrets that we're holding on to. So we're gonna write, you can write if only I, so like they could be things like if only I this will be interesting. This is a prompt that was given for me. I'm going to a full moon burn after this, so I'm double prompting. But we're gonna see what comes out. But basically the concept is you write your regrets because regrets can take up mind space, and so I'm excited to see what comes out because this is the strawberry full moon of letting go. So now is the time for any things that we might be regretting or wishing had turned out a different way to let that out. Any questions or additions for it? All right, we will go. Okay. Who would like to share?
Me.
Yay.
Okay. So, any regrets? If only I regret not meeting you sooner. I regret living so far, not able to love you when you need it, not able to hold your hand during your hardest and worst times, to embrace you now. I wish I was physically with you. I'm here in the States and you're one country up, but I do promise to love you always and forever, to grow more and deeper in with my love with you, to grow and hold together, to marry, and of course say vows to I do, I love you, I, to have children and grow with you, to help nourish and devour you. Even we are no longer young and beautiful, I wake up next to you every morning and to kiss you goodbye, to hold you at night and sing and dance with you all day. I love you now and forevermore. I will never regret you, us, or what is to come. I I'm devoted and truly in love with you. Michael Turner.
Thank you, Grace. I kind of felt like when I was writing it, it was like we were kind of like rewriting it. So instead of like that we were saying if only we regretted it, it's like rewriting it so like that is happening, or at least that's how I'm feeling. So I'll go. If only I had stepped into my power at the first moment I realized that I was infinite, limitless. How much pain and suffering could have been avoided. If only I didn't stand in my own way, denying the world of a reality where I shine my brightest. If only I had been brave enough to be so bold to have the courage to demand a reality of my dreams and never settle for anything less than total soul satisfaction. If only I had done the things that I said I would do. If only I hadn't assumed. If only I hadn't taken it personally. If only I hadn't blamed external circumstances. If only I hadn't been a victim. If only I had asked for help and leaned on friends who would love to get a call from me. If only I had trusted more and questioned less. If only I surrendered fully, wholly. If only I allowed myself to receive fully the miracles of this universe. Daisy, would you like to share?
Yeah, that's so beautiful. I felt like there's so much more I have to process, even though I felt like I've processed so many years, but I still have trouble to process what is the if only. I'm still in the foggy and kind of like not too clear, but is it okay? I just read it whatever way it comes through.
Yeah, of course. There's no right or wrong.
Yeah, I felt like I still need to talk through it. It's so difficult. If only I could have spoken and convinced the 25 years old you that my 5-year-old self is indeed wise enough to know what my soul need, and that I do not wish you to force your belief system upon me. If only I can tell you to not have treated me in such a belittling way that you should know I am complete, whole, magical, beautiful in my own unique way. My existence does not threaten your existence, and that you do not have to hurt me with your own language or way of thinking. A golden lion stands strong in his own magnificent way, and so am I. I did not need any societal belief or indoctrination to prove my value on earth. I am my own pronounced footprint, whether you approve or not. No matter how many times you beat me, restraining me with your belief system, your fear, doubt, skepticism, it will not change the way how I shine. I am who I am 30 years ago. I am still who I am 35 years later. standing strong with you or without you in my life. Sometimes it is not the physical pain that hurts the most, but the invisible shackles, like invisible ancestral spells, clustering so tight, you and many of my collective blood family members still holding on to it so tight, and thinking that if I do not obey, I am the only one has to be banished. But thank you so much for all the pains that you have inflicted upon me, got me to see beyond all the illusions in life, leaving my home at early age, seeking for my own soul tribe.
Amazing. I really resonate with that. Really, really. You're so wise. And it's funny because I just see you in such a, processed light. Like, like you've been doing the work for so long. So I'm like, Daisy's gonna have nothing to write about this. But like you come up with something so profound, but that's just you're perfect.
I felt like I still don't really know what could I have done better, because it's like such kind of like I don't know, it just felt like such a deep heavy shackle, like collectively just pounding on me at, I think it started at age 3 and just been going through that repetitively on a weekly basis. So I don't know how to tell them to stop doing that. Just allow the child to be herself. Yeah, I guess a better way is just to start from myself to treat the future generation, all the people around me nicer, kinder, just allow them be themselves. That's the only way to stop the pain.
Yeah, and that's what it really is. That's what it's so simple, because we're like, wow, how are we going to solve this? We'll create systems and this and that, but it's like, oh no, it's just me. I just have to change me, and just slowly, and more compassion, which has been a part of our conversations at some point, more compassionate humanness. And yeah. Well, we're approaching 4:44. So today we're gonna keep it to just 2 questions, because I've got another call at 5. 4:44. So yeah, it's been an exciting Soul-Ascension Writing Circle number 2. I had glasses melting off my face, like possibly due to the solar flares. Like
I have so many pairs of my glasses melted during my ascension journey. You're not the only one.
Same here.
I've had weird stuff happen where, like, well, the whole like breaking glass, like anytime glass breaks, it's like, oh, level up. One time, like, there was like a glass mug like on a table, and it was like there's like water underneath it, but I lifted it up and I like clear cut this like glass like in half. Like it was like everyone was like, I was like by myself, but I was with like, yeah, we were in intense ascension times, and I was like surprised, and everyone was like, Erin, we're not surprised. Of course you could break glass with like your bare hands. And I was like, sometimes it's like you just don't see yourself. But I appreciate that. Like I had no idea that was a sign of it. So you made me feel like cool. Of course, my ascended sisters.
For me, there are few signs I know every time when I see sandpaper, because sandpaper, it seems like it's slowing down, but it's actually steady moving forward. You're riding on the bandwidth of synchronicity, and you're traveling on the speed of light. That's how I see it. And also the sign of melting. Sometimes I will see like a rubber band out of nowhere around me just melting. And there's so many different signs, but of course the glasses it's a sign. I know for certain it's a sign.
Wow, I feel like that's so cool. That's the first time it's happened to me. So it was just weird because it happened during the call. Like it was something that you said. It was something like Lillian said, and it was like very profound, like whatever was happening. And I was like, whoa, like the lens just came out. And then I was telling you about the lens that coming out, and then it just completely fell apart. Yeah. Well, I'm so grateful for this time.
Can I tell you one more thing about the lens? Means that you need to change to another pair of lens, which means you are seeing the world of another perspective. That's prophetic. That's amazing.
And the thing that's funny about these glasses was I was like at this art event last week, and my best friend was wearing yellow glasses. And then this guy came up and he was like, oh my God, I've got yellow glasses too. And then there was another guy who was like, I had yellow glasses, but they broke they just broke like yesterday. And so I said to him, I was like, oh, well, it's probably a sign that you need to change what type of color you're looking through. Like you don't need yellow anymore. Like yellow is like action and power. And then I had the very like clear like message that like I was also going to have to like switch my glasses. But the thing is, I get so many compliments on those glasses. Like I get tons of compliments. Like, so I really wasn't wanting to switch out of them. But then when I was leaving my house like 3 days ago, I like couldn't find them. And so I like switched to different sunglasses because I was like changing to a different character. And I specifically told my mom this, and I was telling my mom this. I was like, I couldn't find my yellow glasses. It's time to switch to like purple lenses because I think I need to see the world through purple. And so then when I got home today, I found the glasses. They were like right beside like my bed. Like, and so I was like, oh, well, they're right here. So cool. So I'll wear them for this class. And then they like melt during the class.
Wow. Amazing. Before you guys leave, can I give you guys a recommendation? There's a cool movie I just watched yesterday.
Yeah.
It's called Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes, I've seen people like write about it. Like I feel like they'll just put that as their Facebook status or like in their thing. Like I've heard of people like raving about it. Yeah, oh my gosh, I like never watch movies like by myself, but that really, it feels like what's gonna happen tonight, and that's gonna be amazing. I used to do it when I was in Cambodia and I lived in a bungalow. I would just like watch movies. But thank you for that recommendation.
It's kind of like what we are experiencing. It's quantum jump, multidimensional at the same time. I think you guys would like it. I felt like I need to tell my mom, my parents to watch it. Tell them this is what we do.
Yeah, I'm like, how can I? What platform is it on?
You can get it from different platforms, but right now because it's new movie, you can't rent it, so the price is a little bit high. It's about $20. You guys can wait until July, early July, then you can rent it for a cheaper price.
Is it on Netflix?
Oh no, it's not. I got it from Amazon. You can get from Apple TV or YouTube. On YouTube, I think it's $25. That's why I said if you rent it later on, I think it's gonna appear in July, the option to rent it. Yeah, but it's okay. Just something if you guys happen to be interested.
Yeah, I've got funds at this moment. Why not spend it on a movie? Like I've got money in my bank account for the first time in a while. So feeling abundant. And it's been recommended a few times. And it feels like I like you know, like I want to make movies someday. I want people to like, you know, like people want to buy, you know, so it's like this thing of like, yeah, of course I'll pay. Like it's been recommended to me so many times. So yeah, I'm abundant boss. Peasy queen.
Plus it's Chinese. I was so surprised. I was like, wow. I didn't know they can be like so kind of like us quantum way of thinking like us.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of like, or I'm like more surprised, like it's like this is my like kind of reality shattering. I'm like, I know nothing. Like I'm really, really just a beginner. But I think because like I awoke and then like people around me, like I remember one person that I met, they're like, you're not surrounded by like many star seeds. Like, and I was like, really? But I think that's like because like all of the, you know, star seeds or whatever you call us, like there's 8 billion people on planet Earth, so we all like are spread out, and like we're meant to be the light to like shine on like big communities of people. So I think there's like really high consciousness beings. I mean, like I just know there are like in all the different like parts of the world, but definitely high concentrations in some areas.
Yeah, high concentration this moment pouring through this portal.
Obvious.
That.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for this space, grateful for both of you and your presence and your joy, and look at those smiles, and like, wow, I love life floating around in the frequencies of ascended bliss. And is there anything that anyone would like to say in closing to close out the circle?
I just want to say deep gratitude for the amazing event yesterday. The dragon still experience the afterglow from that goodness, the healing vibe from yesterday.
So I have to tell you that yesterday, so because at the end they were like, you're gonna start seeing dragons like everywhere, and so we went to, me and like 3 of my friends, we like went to Taco-licious for tacos and happy hour, and it was like super fun. Like it was like I haven't done like, I feel like I'm just getting back to like doing like things in the city like that. It was like wow, everything is so beautiful. It's like sunny and we're sitting outside, and then they come by and they're like, we have a special cocktail for the Pride Month, and it's called Slay the Dragon. And I was like, oh, I've definitely got to get that. And I got it, and it was bright purple. It was like, so I think I am being initiated into purple realms, which is makes sense.
Yeah, certainly. There's a lot of calling of purple. I found that with Grace too, right? The sparkling purple with you.
Yeah, I love that. Well, yeah, I thought you'd appreciate that story.
I just want to show gratitude to this creative writing event because I love it so much, because I can express myself and have time to journal my thoughts and feelings, and it just flows so naturally. Like, you're doing a really great job, EE. I really appreciate you. Love you very much.
Yes, we so appreciate you and proud of you. It's so amazing.
Yeah, we're so proud of you.
Yeah.
Oh, you bore my soul, and yeah, I'm so happy that we're doing it. And like I really like, I kind of had like yesterday evening was like pretty intense. I like hadn't cried in a few days, and then I just like, there was like a bit of a reality shattering and then I cried, and then I wrote like so much, and I'm really feeling like I had been in kind of like this stagnation for writing, and now that this is the 4th week we've done the writing circle, it's only the 2nd one on the Wednesday, but so like I feel like I'm like really getting activated, and so thank you for being my writing accountability buddies and being here and being part of it, and such a big part of it. Like, oh, I just feel like, but like this also, I feel like, because I have had this like migraine, like it's like I feel I feel like the bliss and like happiness. I feel it like moving through my head and like dispersing this like energy. It's like the most healing thing. Like laughter is the best medicine, and smiling. It's like crazy. I feel it. This like energy leaving through my head and like crown and stuff.
I feel that too. We're getting activated. We're getting activated.
Galactivated is the word I've been using.
Galactivated.
The galactivated goddesses. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm feeling very, very ignited. I spent the past 2 nights like over with one of my girl best friends. So I'm like feeling in like the girl energy, and so the goddess. Yeah. All right. Well, I could talk to you all forever, but I will chat with you both soon. And thank you.
Thank you so much.
Love you, EE.
Love you, Grace and Daisy.
Love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.